When I was 11, I begged my parents for a Super 8 camera. I don't know why, but I had an urge to make movies. Just down the street from me was my first and best star, my childhood friend Paul. I'm still a filmmaker.
What?
You make the house, it's heavy. It's heavy.
It's stuck.
I want to put it during the corner in the box.
Lately, I've been in a rut.
Here? She's not really allowed to do this.
So I started writing something new, a gothic comedy about a depressed monster and his therapist. But it wasn't going that well. Then I got a call from Paul. When I was a kid, Paul was my best friend. But after high school, he got into drugs and robbed a bunch of banks. He wound up in prison and we lost touch. The next day, he phoned me again, and I had an idea.
John.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
How are you?
It's been a while.
Uh-huh. I want to come up there and interview you in the big house.
You can't film me here.
Why not?
This is a fucking jail, John.
So, they film shit in jail. Don't you watch 2020?
We can't let you in here.
Why not?
John, this is a gigantic jail. It's like a penitentiary. Each fucking thing is behind bars and shit. You don't just walk around this place like a playground.
I understand that. I didn't imagine that you did, you know.
Right.
Don't they have, like, visitation rooms?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, so that's what you do. You do it there.
You're gonna visit who?
You idiot.
Look, we're both good talkers. Paul had talked himself into a lot of money and 10 years in jail. I talked my way into a film shoot at a maximum security prison. The whole movie started to flash before my eyes, and it went something like this.
Don't move. Keep your hands down.
This was gonna be great. It's the Jewish Scarface.
Paul had a good beginning. I don't know if he thought he did, but he did. He had a family.
We opened with classic Hollywood movies. Mix in some old snapshots.
You know my mother's warning? Never hang out with Paul. He's only gonna bring you trouble.
Add a few interviews.
I think Paul was kind of a hammy guy. You know, Paul liked to be the star, the center. He liked to take the lead role.
And ladies and gentlemen, here's Paul.
First time I robbed a bank, I believe it was the Market Square Savings Bank on Market Street in San Francisco. It was right in the middle of Market Street. I walked in, I handed the note. I go, this is it, Paul. You ever pull your bank robbery, you want to get away from it. You don't want to get stuck in the bank. Handed the note, and she started giving me the money, and I go, oh, she's giving me the money, and then I go, well, I want all the hundreds. She goes, okay. And I just grabbed the money and ran at it, and right onto Market Street in San Francisco, a real busy street, and a guy running down the street, it ain't worth nothing, you know what I mean? By the time the cops got there, I was all the way on California Street up by Van Ness. All of a sudden, this guy's got himself $9,000, $10,000 in his hand. Here I am, beautiful fucking hotel room and shit. You don't come in with anything that's gonna resemble any type of dangerous weapon. Just a note. They're trained in their training that when someone is attempting to rob the bank, just give them the money, and when they leave, hit the alarm. Because they don't know if you have a gun or not. They don't know what type of individual you are, whether you're a wanted criminal. I caught on to the fact that all you had to do is get a note, and you know, I was that guy. You know what I mean? Hey, you don't know me. I'm anybody. You know? I robbed 11 banks in San Francisco in 1986. I robbed 11 banks.
But this isn't the film I really want to make. Paul's my friend. He's not Dillinger. Paul didn't even carry a gun.
John, the criminal mind is something you got to study for many years, okay?
But tell me, okay, but just give me...
It's not just these guys who appear in the paper, well, look, this crazy guy did this. To understand the whole thing is important.
But let me
Stop. Don't you understand?
Yes.
That it maybe I didn't understand it completely, that I thought, oh, I robbed the bank just for the money, so I can leave prison, it's all right, it's over with. And then I robbed another bank. Now I understand maybe there was something else behind it. Maybe there was a whole psychology behind it. Maybe I was so antisocial, and I wanted to get back in society, and I was into the thrill of it, and I wanted the money, a whole bunch of things.
Hello?
Come on in, Jonathan.
I flew to Florida to talk to Paul's mom. She made me lunch.
Unfortunately, the generation that Jonathan, you and Paul were brought up in is this, I want it now, I want it, and I want it now. Instant gratification, at any cost.
Paul's brother Ricky had recently moved to Las Vegas. I asked him to talk with me.
I am Paul's stepbrother. His mother married my father, and all the kids lived in one house. We were definitely not the Brady Bunch. There's no two ways about that.
Thanks, buddy.
Our friend Adam is a poet in Israel.
Voila!
Let's do this before the cops come.
I took him to this abandoned theater on the Lower East Side.
There was Paul's obsession with John Wilkes Booth. Both of us were interested in the Civil War, even at a very young age. But the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, the darker side, who was John Wilkes Booth with his black cape when he went and shot the Derringer into Abraham Lincoln's brain?
I didn't know what to get you guys, so.
Whoa!
Then there's our friend Dave. Dave's married, sells insurance, and lives in the suburbs.
You're gonna lose your home, you're gonna lose your business, you're gonna lose your money.
Wanna go this way and up through the house?
Yeah. Give us a little house tour thing.
When I went to interview him, he tried to sell me insurance.
You like me? Do you trust me?
I trust you.
I'll explain to you the whole marketplace.
Why do you think everybody from our area turned out wacky? Paul, when I talked to him, thought it might have been something like biological.
It could be. Carrie thinks it's the water. Long Island water's a little screwy. Look at all the crimes that are coming out of Long Island now.
Groundwater.
Everybody I visited had an answer, but I just felt confused. I was being drawn back to Paul, and he seemed happy to see me.
When did you move to America, John? What year?
I was born in America.
Yeah, so we knew each other.
I was
from
born in
birth,
Brooklyn.
childbirth. We knew and we lived on the same block forever. It just we only remember each other from as far back as our memories go.
As you can see, I've made movies with Paul before. Long Island in the 70s was our back lot and our soundstage. Green lawns, clean beaches, and good schools. I made action films and Paul was my star. Even then, he was the rebel, the renegade, the outlaw. For us, life was show business, and we were all show people.